Hello and welcome to our Pure Engagement conversation. I'm Sarah Freeman, former HR Director and Senior Consultant here at Pure, and today we're speaking about HR qualifications and the support that Chelmsford College can provide. Founded in 2002, Pure is the leading recruitment specialist in the East of England. Our mission is simple: to connect talented people with the right opportunities and support the growth of organisations in our region. We put people first and live by our values, and this is reflected in everything that we do. When it comes to careers, we go the extra mile. We've teamed up with experts across our region to offer development opportunities and programs, all to help businesses with their people and be the best that they possibly can be. I'm here with Tara Whitaker, Business Development Executive at Chelmsford College. Hello to you.
Good afternoon, Sarah, and thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you today about the HR apprenticeship offering at Chelmsford College.
Absolute pleasure, and thanks for joining us. So Tara, can I first of all ask you to tell me about your career background and also your journey into Chelmsford College?
Of course, I'll be delighted to do so. So I started off by completing a degree in International Commerce and French and a Master's of Business Studies in Human Resource Management at University College Dublin. I then joined ICI Paints on the European Graduate Recruitment Scheme, and I spent 10 years in various commercial and HR roles, and actually achieved my chartered membership of the Institute of Personnel and Development during that time. Shortly after that, my husband and I relocated to Essex, and I worked in various education roles during that time period, eventually retraining as a teacher. And approximately 2 years ago now, I joined Chelmsford College, initially in the role of Industry Placement Advisor, and now as a Business Development Executive. And a key part of my role now is that I'm responsible for engaging with potential learners and employers and recruiting apprenticeships across a range of industries and sectors, and including HR. So the role is a really good opportunity. It's a really exciting role, which gives me the chance, I suppose, to combine my commercial and my HR experience within the world of further education.
That's great. They're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And so what was the driver? I mean, we're talking about a new course that Chelmsford College has put together from a CIPD perspective, accredited at level 5. So what was the driver for Chelmsford College to actually put this new course together?
Well, we were really delighted to launch the Level 5 apprenticeship programme in September 2024. And the reason for this, the thinking really was threefold. Firstly, we already had a Level 3 HR support apprenticeship programme in place. And if you like, we wanted to be able to offer the learners who had completed that apprenticeship the opportunity to take the next step, so that they could then engage with the Level 5 apprenticeship, the people professional one. And secondly, it gave us the opportunity as a college to offer a broader portfolio of apprenticeships to employers. It's really important that our portfolio and our offering is as broad as it can be. And it's really exciting to have, if you like, 2 HR apprenticeships on offer. And finally, it really allows us to meet our local employer needs. That's a strategic objective for us here at Chelmsford College, ensuring that we can support our local employers because they're committing to upskilling their HR teams and allowing their employees to achieve recognised HR qualifications. So, quite a few reasons and drivers to the development of the programme.
And I think with the new employee rights bill and the transformations that are going to be going through with that particular bill as well, it's for employees to understand that HR professionals are really in the ether and are ready and willing to start work, and to have the background of this qualification will really support them. So thinking about that employer benefits, what are the benefits to the employer for prospective colleagues to become part of this qualification? And if you could explain also how that fits into the apprenticeship standard, please.
Yes, of course. You'll already know how passionate I am about HR and the value it brings to an organisation and the impact it has on every employee within the organisation. But I think what the apprenticeship and commitment to it does is signals to the HR professional staff within that employer that they are committed to their learning and development. And quite often that can be an oversight. But here, if the employer is supporting the level 5 HR apprenticeship, they're showing that strong commitment. And in return for 20% off the job training, the employers can ensure that their HR professionals are up to date with emergent thinking, people trends, with the latest HR legislation, and really upskilling them. I think let's talk about training costs. Let's put those on the table. It's important to break that down a little bit to explain it further. So if an employer is a levy payer, i.e. they have a wage bill of over £3 million, then all of the training costs will be paid for directly from the levy fund. So that's money that's already been put aside, and actually it's really a no-brainer to use that fund to help upskill your employees. If you're not a levy player, then the government funds 95% of the teaching and learning. And that's such an opportunity for you as an organisation, because the maximum that you would need to contribute would be 5%, which would be a one-off price of £550.
Wow.
And I think given the training over a 22-month period, this is a really small cost in comparison to the significance and quality of training that will be provided.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And I think finally, what I would say is there's a big point about retention here. I think the programme helps you to retain your high quality HR staff, encouraging them to achieve their professional CIPD associate diploma in people management while they're continuing to work for you. And it really too enables us to think about succession planning within the HR function, and not just with regard to the rest of the organisation, because it ensures that this is improved for the future, making sure the HR professionals, have the qualifications and the experience and the skills and the knowledge which will enable them to take on their next opportunities that come their way.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, great. And then, turning towards the benefits to the employee or course delegate, what is the overall cost from a time and, you've gone through the financials, which is great, but from their time perspective, how does the course run? I know that you've been sort of slotting sessions in intuitively to focus on, because these people are working at the same time as well. So how does that work?
Yes, so basically, the course has been designed to be highly flexible and convenient for the learners. As part of the apprenticeship, the employer is required to allocate them 6 hours per week for them to do the training that's necessary for their apprenticeship. And how we deliver that is that it's a blended delivery program, which is very flexible and convenient. So the Associate Diploma in People Management is delivered in a twilight session between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. on a Thursday evening. And for a further 2 hours per week, assignments will be set by the tutor for the apprentice to complete in their own time. So the times are pretty clear for the apprentice as to what they're committing to from the outset of the course. The twilight sessions are during term time only, which is worthwhile noting.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think also what's really interesting to note is that the way this apprenticeship works at Chelmsford College is that one of our very experienced work-based tutors is assigned to the apprentice to support them on their learning journey. And the work-based tutor works with them on a one-to-one basis, and they will come to their place of work for meetings, or they'll join them for sessions online. But the learner is not required to actually travel to Chelmsford College. It's delivered in the workplace, so to speak. The sessions are one-to-one and support the apprentice to prepare everything that's needed for the portfolio requirements of the apprenticeship, and also they'll support them all the way in preparing for that endpoint assessment at the end of the journey, where they need to do a professional discussion and also to do a presentation.
Yeah, great.
I think what's really good to mention as well is that the work-based tutor will work really closely with the employer and the apprentice's manager. It just means that they engage with the organisation that they're working with, that they ensure that they understand the employer's policies, procedures, ways of working, and they make every effort to embed that in the learning programme, which I think is just a fantastic opportunity, really, to combine the two opportunities together. And they will actually hold reviews with the manager and the apprentice, probably every 9 to 12 weeks, making sure that the progress is discussed on the apprenticeship and that any targets for the apprentice are also being recorded and checked. So we really do endeavour to ensure that with that one-to-one support, that apprentice fully understands the kind of milestones they need to hit, the requirements that are expected of them, and feels the support around them throughout the journey they make on the apprenticeship programme.
Fantastic. And I noticed when I read the brief as well, it supports, a number of HR functions, but focusing on the HRBP level as well as part of that journey. Something different that I've seen from other course requirements that I've met, and it's that HRBP focus that I was particularly interested in, and I think what's really stood out to me compared to others.
Yes, exactly. So it gives you the opportunity to, if you're already enrolled but at a very early stage, then this could be a great opportunity for you to complete the apprenticeship. But also, if you're aspiring towards that position, you also have the opportunity to start now and prepare for it, so that when that time comes, you're ready to go with that qualification.
And that nicely brings your background in as well, from a commercial angle, as well as your HR, background that you have, and understanding that particular role, that I recruit for from an HRBP perspective is very different to other HR advisor positions or HR manager positions. There is a certain level of commerciality that's necessary within that particular area. So it's really great that we've got a qualification now that supports that, as a particular area of HR that's been developing.
Exactly. And I think, where our HR support level 3 apprenticeship has its place, this level 5 one marks the differentiation from one position to the next. And I think that's, a real requirement, actually, to show the difference between the two.
Yeah, certainly something that I'm noticing. That's great.
Yes, lovely.
Okay, so finally, what advice would you give HR professionals when considering this particular course regarding, how many people that how many spaces you've got, what the availability is, what the dates are that they need to sort of look out for?
Yes, well, it's a really exciting time to be able to talk to you about this, actually, Sarah, because we've opened our opportunities up for January for a new cohort to start, actually January 2025. So within the next 3 weeks, we're open to onboarding some new apprentices, and we've a really smooth process, and I'm available to talk to any interested parties and explain what that involves. But it's a new year. It's a chance for the candidate really to commit to themselves, to commit to an apprenticeship programme, and I suppose for me to commit to their interest and in developing their HR career and to achieving that level 5 HR qualification, demonstrating the skills and knowledge and HR expertise that they will need. It's a great blended delivery programme, which allows them really to do the apprenticeship with the support of that one-to-one work-based tutor, but also with the online sessions on a Thursday evening. And I think it gives them the qualifications that they need to accelerate their career and to advance to those more senior HR positions once they have completed it. So I think, give me a call. here at Chelmsford College. I'd be very happy to answer any queries or questions about the programme. I'm delighted to answer any questions anybody may have. And, you know, we welcome the opportunity to encourage you and to support your development here at Chelmsford College.
That's great. Thank you very much, Tara. And thanks so much for conversing with me today. I really do appreciate it.
No problem. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. So thanks very much for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation today. This is just one opportunity for us to showcase our value-added programs that we offer and initiatives across our region to help businesses and their people be the best that they can be. To find out more about Pure, our values, and how we could partner with you, then please do get in touch with me directly, sarah.freeman@prs.uk.com, or take a look at our website, prs.uk.com. Thank you.